Hi, and welcome to your tarot reading for this weekend starting Friday the 3rd of November. I pray you've all had a great week, and if you did happen to celebrate Halloween, then I hope you had fun and that you brought some joy and scares and excitement into your household. I'll be reading from the Thoth deck today. This deck was commissioned by the Golden Dawn, and the artwork was hand-painted by Lady Frida Harris, with the first images of the deck released in the Book of Thoth in 1944. So now we can see what cards we have in store for us for this weekend. First we have the Aeon, or Judgment as it's otherwise known, and that's inverted. And then we have the Four of Swords, aptly named Truths. And finally we have the Two of Discs, which is named Change in the Thoth deck. And our first card here is the Aeon, which is inverted, and this is otherwise known as the Judgment card. So with this inversion, this card talks about those inner judgments and doubts that we could be feeling about our life path right now. Judgment reverse can be in the form of confusion, which is brought about by criticism, which is either self-imposed, like those nagging doubts in your mind, or the fear of judgment from others. Now when we get this card, it gives us a feeling like we just can't seem to get out of our own way. It's like our thoughts and fears are blocking us from making any real progress. And this is because we've lost that connection to our intuition. We've lost that self-confidence, and we feel like we can't move forward because we're unsure of what steps to take next. And there is some advice here, and this is in regards to the overthinking. If we can't find answers within for whatever reason, and we do have those doubts, sometimes we project these judgments onto other people, and then we start to worry, what will other people think about this, and what will they say? If you chose this card today, be mindful. Really watch those thoughts and observe where they're taking you. And if you can see them leading you down a path to insecurity, then take a time out to center yourself and call upon your spirit to guide you through this time. Granted, the primary influence here is one of feeling disconnected from our higher self. So it is crucial that we look to turn this card around and re-establish our trust in the universe again. From that place of trust, all the positive faculties of hope and then obviously joy can slowly come back into the fold. So if you do find your head spinning from too much input from friends and family and media, then you do well to seek solitude and try and find that inner voice again. Re-establish that connection. If you find that fear of other people's judgments is holding you back from pursuing your dreams, then question the validation of that fear. What would be worse? Being judged by others for not following your heart, or getting to the end of your life and regretting things you didn't do because you were stifled by fear. Next we have the Four of Swords, and this is appropriately named Truce in the Thoth deck. And when Truce appears, you're being guided to take a break and to try and find some time for relaxation and mental respite. Sometimes we can have a hard time working through problems where we can't always see the final destination, and this can leave us feeling insecure, and maybe we can start to over-worry or project fears or doubts into the future, which was stated in the Aeon reversed earlier. And if we don't slow down, if we don't stop this worrying, and if we don't try and take our time, we could start to get burned out, and this will leave us susceptible to illness. And this is especially prevalent around this time of year. It's really crucial that we keep up our strength and our defences. The best thing we can do when we get the Four of Swords in a reading is to make our own welfare a priority and to retreat to a quiet place. It's not a sign of weakness to take rest at times, because stress can take a toll on our minds and our spirits. Taking the time out to recuperate can give us the strength and that fortitude that we need to carry on and keep moving forward. And truce asks that we just do just that. Make truce with your worry. So make peace and let go. And this mental retreat, this filters through to our expression. So if you do have any new ideas that you are wanting to share with others, then Truce today is advising you to keep it to yourself, at least just for now. Let the idea grow in your mind before sharing it with the world. And now we have the Two of Discs, or Change as it's titled here. And what a beautiful card we have in the Thoth deck. We can really see the process of the energy of the king, or the godhead, going around itself into infinity, transitioning through the yin and yang to bring about a perfect equilibrium or balance within the creation. Change is promised with this movement or shape. This process creates space, and thus time. It keeps energy moving and active and apparently busy. You could say to some extent distracted from what we know as the one eternal moment. And distraction can be felt here, depending on how we are moving with the Two of Discs in our lives. Because some people use this activity, or this busyness, to distract them from internal emotions or situations where they feel insecure. And this was portrayed in the air and reversed, and again, here it could be manifesting as those inner doubts and doing whatever it takes to avoid thinking about them. This card shows that you will be required to be flexible and adaptable to life's ups and downs as they come and go, in and out. And we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared to juggle this weekend as we're being asked to go here, or do that, or listen to this, or what's your opinion on that. Change indicates that we may feel this stress or this burden of other people's demands as they start to arise. Because we ourselves have needs and desires, and sometimes they have to get put on the back burner as our children and partners and friends become a priority. And that can't always be helped. But if we do start to feel that strain over the weekend, we could look to retreat. That retreat was advised in the truce, and change in the Thoth deck is a very productive card. It indicates that we're growing in our lives. It could indicate the beginning of a new project and the enthusiasm that is embodied as we engage in that business, and that drive and hope and expectation for a positive outcome which keeps us going forward. So it is about change, and change reminds us that we're still a part of nature and that we have to accept the natural flow of changes and handle ourselves with care and consideration. Thank you for joining me for your weekend tarot. It's been an honour reading for you and sharing some insights for the next couple of days. We are at full bright moon in Aries today until Sunday, so we're guided to try and avoid any important business deals and to back down and retreat from any arguments and stresses that look to butt heads with us. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week.